Dear children, welcome to this session on Chapter 14, Importing C++ Programs in Python. During your higher secondary course, you have learned two programming languages, Python and C++. I will begin this session by giving you the differences between Python and C++. The first difference is Python is an interpreted language, C++ is a compiled language. That is, Python uses an interpreter to translate source code into machine code. C++ uses a compiler to translate source code into machine code. The difference between interpreter and compiler is an interpreter translates just one statement of the program at a time into machine code, whereas a compiler scans the entire program and translates the whole of it into machine code at once. The second difference is Python is a dynamically typed language. C++ is a statically typed language. Dynamically typed languages perform data type checking at runtime. Statically typed languages perform data type checking at compile time itself. The third difference is in Python, data type is not required while declaring variables. In C++, data type is required while declaring variables. In Python, we do not explicitly declare variables because Python itself will assume the data type for a variable. Whereas in C++, you are required to declare the variables before using them in the program. So it is compulsory to declare variables in C++. The fourth difference is Python acts both as a scripting and general purpose language. C++ is only a general purpose language. Next we will see what is a scripting language. A scripting language is a programming language designed to integrate and communicate with other programming languages. Examples of scripting languages are JavaScript, VBScript, PHP, Perl, Python, Ruby, ASP, and TCL programming. Scripting languages are normally used in conjunction with other programming languages like C++, HTML, and Java. What is the difference between a scripting language and a programming language? All scripting languages are programming languages, but the difference is scripting languages are interpreted. That is, a scripting language uses an interpreter to translate source code into machine code. The translation into machine code takes place during execution rather than beforehand. That is, the translation of source code into machine code takes place only during runtime. Programming languages are compiled. That is, a programming language uses a compiler to translate source code into machine code. Translation into machine code takes place before execution. That is, during compile time itself. Therefore, we can conclude that scripting language requires an interpreter, programming language requires a compiler. Next, we will see the applications of scripting languages. To automate certain tasks in a program. To extract information from a data set. Less code intensive when compared to traditional programming languages. To bring new functions to applications and glue complex systems together. The next topic is features of Python over C++. Python and C++ are both prominent programming languages, but Python scores over C++ in some aspects. The first one is Python uses automatic garbage collection while C++ does not. Automatic garbage collection is a technique by which Python periodically frees blocks of memory that are no longer in use. The second feature of Python is a dynamically typed language, while C++ is statically compiled. The third feature is Python runs through an interpreter, while C++ is pre-compiled. The second and third point we have already discussed. The fourth feature of Python over C++ is Python code is 5 to 10 times shorter than that written in C++. You have learnt both the programming languages, and you would have observed that in Python you can perform a task with very few lines of code. Whereas to perform the same task, you have to write several lines of code in a C++ program. The fifth feature of Python is, in Python, there is no need to declare types explicitly, while it should be done in C++. In Python, variables need not be declared, whereas in C++, the variables should be declared with appropriate data type. The sixth feature of Python over C++. In Python, a function may accept an argument of any type and return multiple values without any kind of declaration, while in C++, a function can return only one value. That is, a function in Python can return multiple values, whereas in C++, a function can return only one value. Python is a scripting language. That is, Python can integrate and communicate with other programming languages. The topic of this chapter is importing C++ programs in Python. Importing a C++ program into a Python program is called wrapping up of C++ in Python. Therefore, importing means wrapping up. There are several interfaces available for importing C++ files in Python. The commonly used interfaces are Python C API. API stands for Application Programming Interface. The second interface is C types. Both these interfaces are used for interfacing with C programs. The third interface is Swig, Simplified Wrapper and Interface Generator. Swig is used for interfacing with both C and C++. The fourth interface is Cython. Cython is used for writing C extensions for Python. The fifth interface is Boost.Python. Boost.Python is used for interfacing with C++. The sixth interface is MinGW. MinGW stands for Minimalist GNU for Windows. Once again, I will list out all the interfaces. The first one is Python C API. Second one, C types. Third one, Swig, Simplified Wrapper Interface Generator. Fourth one, Cython. Fifth one, Boost.Python. Sixth interface is MinGW. In your syllabus, MinGW is the interface which is used for importing C++ files in Python. What is MinGW? MinGW is a set of runtime header files used in compiling and linking the code of C, C++, and Fortran to be run on Windows. The steps for installation of MinGW is given in your textbook under Annexure 3. MinGW allows to compile and execute C++ programs dynamically through Python program using G++. What is G++? G++ is a program that calls GCC and automatically links the required C++ library files to the object code. GCC stands for GNU Compiler Collection. Next, let me show you an example for executing a C++ program through Python. Here I have a C++ program to check whether a number is palindrome or not. This is the C++ program, and I have saved it with the name pali_cpp.cpp. Pali_cpp is the file name. .cpp is its extension. And this is the Python program which compiles and executes a C++ program. For this Python program, I have given the name pali_py.py. Pali_py is the file name. .py is the extension because it is a Python program. This Python program, which you can see here, it is a standard program to compile and execute any C++ program. In order to execute this C++ program, pali_cpp, through this Python program, pali_py, you have to follow the following steps. If you had installed MinGW in your system, you will find a shortcut like this called Run Terminal. Double-click the Run Terminal of MinGW. This command window will open. Then second step is go to the folder where Python software is located. So here in the command prompt, you type cd space and the location where Python software is located in your system. The cd command stands for change directory. And when you press enter, you can see that the command prompt is now showing the location where Python is located in your system. And here at this point, you have to give the following command. That is the third step. Use the command python filename.py -i C++ file name. Here Python is the keyword. Filename.py is the Python file name with extension, and then -i, which indicates input mode. C++ file name, that is the C++ file name without extension. According to our example, the Python file name with extension which we have is pali_py.py, and the C++ file name is pali_cpp.cpp, but here you have to mention without extension. So you just take the file name as pali_cpp without extension. Now this command we have to type in the command prompt of the command window. So here I will type that command python pali_py.py -i pali_cpp. So the Python file name should be given along with the extension. The C++ file name should be given without the extension. So after typing this command and press enter, the C++ program will begin to compile and execute. You will get the following display. Compiling pali_cpp.cpp, running pali_cpp.exe, and then the C++ program begins to execute. That program is to check whether a given number is a palindrome or not. According to the program, I get this display, enter a positive number, and I give the input as 232. And when I press enter, I get the output as follows. The reverse of the number is 232. The number is a palindrome. And then the prompt appears. Therefore, this command python filename.py -i C++ file name is used to execute a C++ program through Python in the MinGW interface. Next, we will move on to the next topic, which is about modules. Here in this program, the first statement, import sys, os, getopt. Sys, os, getopt are called modules. Modular programming is a software design technique to split your code into separate parts. These parts are called modules. What are the characteristics of modules? Modules have no or just a few dependencies upon other modules. Therefore, the goal of modules is minimization of dependencies. How do you create modules? I am going to write a function definition to find the factorial of a number. Def fact of n colon. Here the name of the function is fact. And within the body of this function, f is equal to 1. For I in range 1, n plus 1 colon, f is equal to f into I, print f. This function definition I will save as factorial.py. Factorial.py will act as my module. How to import modules in Python? So this module I want to import in another program. In another Python program, I write import factorial. And then to use the function inside this module, that is to use the function fact, I should write as factorial dot fact of 5. Here I want to find the factorial of 5, so I have given the argument as 5. In this statement, factorial dot fact of 5, factorial is the name of the module, dot is the dot operator, fact of 5 is the function call. Therefore, the syntax for using a function within a module is given as module dot function call. Next, I will explain the three modules sys, os, getopt. First, we will see about the sys module of Python. This module provides access to some variables and functions used by the interpreter. To use sys.argv, import sys. The first argument sys.argv of 0 is always the name of the Python program. The second argument sys.argv of 1 is the name of the C++ program. Python's OS module. This module provides a way of using operating system dependent functionality. It allows you to interface with the Windows operating system where Python is running. To use os.system, import os. Compile C++ program by invoking G++ compiler as follows. os.system within parenthesis G++ plus variable name 1 plus hyphen mode plus variable name 2, where G++ is the compiler to compile C++ program in Windows operating system. Variable name 1 is the name of the C++ program without extension .cpp in string format. Mode is to specify input or output mode. Here it is O prefixed with hyphen. Variable name 2, it is the name of the executable file without extension .exe in string format. Let us see an example of using the os.system. os.system within parenthesis G++ plus the name of the C++ file plus hyphen O plus the name of the exe file. Next is Python's getopt module. This module helps you to parse command line options and arguments. This module provides two functions to enable command line argument parsing. To use getopt.getopt, import getopt, command line options and parameter list are parsed as follows. Ops, args is equal to getopt.getopt within parentheses argv, options, long options. Long options is optional. That is why it is within square brackets. We will see the meanings of these parameters. Argv. This is the argument list of values to be parsed. Options. This is string of option letters that the Python program recognizes as I for input or O for output, followed by a colon. Here colon is used to denote the mode. Long options. This parameter is passed with a list of strings. Argument of long options should be followed by an equal sign. Getopt method returns values stored in two different lists, ops and args. Ops contains list of split strings like mode and path. Args contains any string, if at all, not split because of wrong path or mode. And args will be an empty array if there is no error in splitting strings by getopt. Let us see an example. To execute the C++ file P4 in command line, the Python program contains getopt method as follows. Ops, args is equal to getopt.getopt within parentheses argv, I colon within double quotes, I file is equal to within quotes and within square brackets. After execution of the above command, ops contains the following information. That is the mode and the path. Args contains an empty list. Underscore underscore name underscore underscore is a special variable in Python. Since there is no main function in Python, when the command to run a Python program is given to the interpreter, the code that is at level 0 indentation is to be executed. However, before doing that, interpreter will define a few special variables. One such variable is underscore underscore name underscore underscore. This special variable is used here in this part of the Python program. Underscore underscore name underscore underscore is a special built-in variable in Python which stores the value as underscore underscore main underscore underscore if the source file is executed as the main program. With this, I come to an end of the chapter Importing C++ programs in Python. That's all in this session. Thank you, children.